Hey guys, what's up? Jared here, Dex and Dice. Just weekly ramblings of an LGS owner. I have tried my damnedest to do something about the light that's glaring off my dome, but there's a big ass, like, what do you call those? Sunlight, ceiling light, whatever the fuck. Anyways, uh, it's bright as shit outside, so the sun is just pouring in through that roof light. God, words are hard. Anyways. So I can't do dick about that unless I move everything, and that's just not happening because I'm lazy. So, anyways, uh, I think today I'm going to touch on prices for Magic, and before I delve any further into the whole Magic thing and all that, I would like to extend a slight apology to the Yu-Gi-Oh crowd. You guys didn't do anything wrong or anything like that. I just know that product has been slim pickings lately. Um, and that's mainly just because everything Yu-Gi-Oh has been flying off the shelves everywhere, and it's just hard to get product. Um, and I apologize about that. I don't really have anything else to say aside from that one. Is that, yeah, that's my bad for not ordering enough because, once upon a time, you used to be able to get at least a little bit more of a restock on Yu-Gi-Oh shit, even though it's technically like print to demand, but, whatever. Um, so that's kind of just taking some time for me to adjust to, especially with the way our Yu-Gi-Oh crowd is. So yeah, I just want to throw that one out there. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm trying, but there's a lot of games we try to run here, and the net has been cast wide, and I'm trying to pull the net back in a little bit, so we're going to start seeing some stuff lose support here at the shop, just because it's not worth doing, to be as blunt as fucking possible, which you've all pretty much come to expect. So yeah, just want to throw that one out there. Like, I'm sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh guys. Like, fucking, you guys are great, but it's my fuck up that I just don't have enough product for you guys to buy when you want to buy it. I've been trying my damnedest, but funds are a thing, and so forth and so forth and so forth. But most of you don't give a shit, I know, but I feel bad about it, so I wanted to just, I guess, publicly apologize, even though there's only like 20 people that watch these videos. I still wanted to just be like, hey man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do better. So yeah, there you go. Now back to beating a dead horse with this Magic shit. And no, you're not wigging out. Like, it's not sparkly. This hoodie is, what, I'm 40? This hoodie is like 21 years old. There was a time back in the day where I smoked Black and Milds, and these are just holes from, smoking Black and Milds. We'll put it that way, and other green-like substances. So, anywho, getting back on point, squirrels are there. With the Magic Modern Horizons 3 prices, I'm sure everyone has already covered this. People have already wigged out about it. You had that stupid little Amazon placeholder that had the collector boosters for like $500 fucking dollars or some shit. That's not going to be an actual firm price. I'm about 85% sure on that one. Oh, yeah, also, I had a cold all last week. It was weird as shit. So pardon me if I sound more nasally than I usually do. But yeah, the Amazon thing was just a placeholder. Like Mr. Taco Man says, they always do this shit just to get a kind of gauge on how the overall community feels about it. 9 times out of 10, it's not positive. So, anywho, but let me give you some perspective here. Because, like, the MH3 prices aren't the only ones that are like, what the hell? the last two sets I've kind of noticed, and with Bloomborough, so I guess you want to call that 3 sets, that the prices for everything else in general has ticked up just by a couple of bucks. Like, not by a lot, but it's enough to be like, I remember seeing a different number attached to that. And I'm not losing my mind because I actually found some old invoices from, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or some shit that had a slightly lower price than what is up there now. So anyways, I'm also not going to tell you what distributor I'm going to be quoting these prices from, but just it's a distro of mine, so these prices are like an actual thing, but again, I'm not going to tell you. It's just going to be what it is. So starting with the Modern Horizons 3 stuff, and this is like on my end, okay? So your collector booster on my end, again, just to reiterate so we know what prices we're talking about here. A collector booster on my end is going to run me $294. Now, yeah, I'm WPN. If I buy if I buy a case or more, I get a little bit of a discount. WPN knocks off about, I think, like $1 or $2. And if you buy it in more than a case, you get like another $1 or $2 thing. So, like, realistically, I guess you could call it 290, 291, but just for bulk numbers there, 294 is what a collector booster of MH3 is going to run me. I hate this as much as everyone else. Commander decks in a modern set, I don't know. Anyways, I know why they did it, because Commander's the most popular format, and dear God, they're like, gimme, 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 and people are going to give them because it's a Commander product and a modern thing, but blah, 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 blah. And it's weird they did 2 versions of the collectors. I mean, of the Commander decks too. You got the collector and the standard. I hope to God that doesn't stay. So I'm hoping these Commander collector decks flop like a motherfucker so they don't continue doing it, because then that's just an extra SKU that I've got to keep up with. So let's just not. Anywho, MH3 Collector's Commander Bundle, which is all four of the all 4 of the Commander decks. Because despite popular opinion, no, we can't just buy a singular Commander deck. We have to buy every Commander deck that is launched with that set all at once. So if there's 4 that come in this set, we have to buy all 4. If there's 2 that come in the set, we have to buy all 2. Like with New Capenna, if there was 5, we have to buy all 5. We can't just put in numbers for individual decks. Sucks ass, because there's always only like 1 deck, maybe 2. If there's more than 2, that really sells, so then we're stuck with some bullshit. It is what it is. Little caffeinated too, by the way, so apologies. Back on track. Modern Horizons 3, the Collector Commanders, on my end, is going to run me $348 for 1 box of all 4. Your Standard Edition Modern Horizons 3 Commander count is going to run me $163. So, big ass jump there. Your Modern Horizons 3 like gift edition bundle, it's going to run me about $64 on my end. That's a little higher than usual. Like, in all honesty, I think gift bundles generally run around the, I want to say, like 40 mark. Let's see if I can find one on here. No, okay, I can't find one to compare, but they usually run around the 40 mark, 35 to 40. Anyways, the 2 biggest things here, especially with the last one I'm going to mention, your Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster on my end is going to be $219. Yeah, that's $219 on my end for a Play Booster. And then, and this is weird because I don't know if they did this with MH2 They may have, I don't remember. But an actual pre-release kit for MH3 is going to be $547. Yeah. If I want to do a pre-release for MH3, which I'm most likely going to do because now I'm WPN and can do pre-release events, it's going to run me $547 for, you know, your standard like 15 count of the pre-release kits and all that shit. So yeah, I can only imagine how much a pre-release kit, like just the little singular kit, is going to be by itself. I'm sure some math whizzes out there will do it, but again, that 547 is my cost. So you can't just divide 547 by 15 and be like, oh, it's going to cost this much. No, we got to make shit off of that too. So it's going to be more than what that number is going to tell you. Just thanks to no MSRP on this shit, no one really knows how much it's going to run. It's probably going to vary from shop to shop by anywhere from $5 to $10. It just all depends. We'll have to fucking see. So I just wanted to throw that one out there for everyone doing the whole like, oh, MH3 is overpriced, which, I mean, you're right. I expect a Commander Masters scenario from this one. And I think it'll be a little bit worse as far as like singles go, because this shit's expensive. And I'm not an established shop. I don't have, you know, a fucking credit card with an unlimited spending cap, or I mean, an unlimited spending limit, or even like thousands upon thousands of dollars in like credit from distros to just be able to like, yeah, give me all this shit and I'll pay you back later. Like, no, I don't have that. So this set's gonna hurt. MH3 is gonna hurt, which means I probably won't be carrying too terribly much of it. I mean, it is what it is. I apologize about that one. It sucks on my end because you're just going to be like, well, fuck you, Jared. You don't have what I want. I'm going somewhere else. Totally get it. My loss. I mean, it is what it is. However, watch out for singles with this shit, too. Because with it being as expensive as it is, I don't think there's going to be a huge supply of singles. I could be wrong on that one, but I don't see it being that wrong. I really don't. Shit's expensive. Sure, your channel snowballs and, you know, card castles and all that shit, they're going to be able to buy their probably usual amount and pump out their usual amount of like singles and stuff like that. But normie shops, probably not so much. Even like pre-ordering shit like this, because I don't do pre-orders. I just don't. I hate that practice. There's no telling, like, if I'm going to get fucked on the price or if you're going to get fucked on the price, so I'd rather not deal with it at all so no one runs the risk of getting fucked. So that's how I view pre-orders, at least in this industry. So yeah, like, I wouldn't even go to pre-order this shit if you are the pre-order kind of person. However, that being said, there are outliers. If you have a great fucking track record with the people you pre-order with and you've never been screwed on it, then by all means you do you, boo-boo. But as a whole, I wouldn't do it, especially for this set. It just, I don't know, man. The prices are a little. It gives me that uneasy feeling in my tummy. So, you know, that's that for the MH3 shit. And the general little, like, slight price raise I was talking about earlier, I guess I was looking at Bloomborough that's up for pre-order on my end. And it seemed a little off, so like I said, I went back and looked, and, like, it is a little bit off. Like, a collector booster on my end runs 186. When a collector booster used to run like 183-ish, 180, 183. The play boosters are still roughly the same, so that's kind of, I guess that's why there's some price increases for the other crap. Like a bundle used to run me about $27, $25, somewhere around there. Now it's 30, and all that shit is mostly because they migrated to the play booster, and that's going to increase the price of everything else that used to just hold like set packs. So that's why I'm guessing that's why the increase is there. I just didn't really notice it until like I guess Karlov was really the one that I noticed it on. And wanted to just kind of bring that shit up. It was like, okay, so that's why it's a little more expensive on my end because they're just shoving play boosters in that shit now, and play boosters are terrible. Don't like them, but it's the first run, man. I'm going to give Watsy shit for it, but I'm also going to give them a set or three to kind of figure it out. I know that they've already made print runs and everything, but like they can make last minute changes, I'm sure, to like the order in which shit shows up and blah blah blah. They just can't be like, oh hey, stop printing this and print something entirely new. That's unreasonable. Them being able to work around with how often or the frequency of XYZ shows up into a pack or on a sheet or whatever, they can fuck with that pretty quick, I'm sure. But yeah, just outright canceling something, no. So, anyways, that's where I'm guessing that slight little price increase is from, like on our end here, that I just was like, interesting. So, yeah, because I'm looking at Thunder Junction right now, it's the same. So, like, that's where that shit comes from. The collector booster price, though, is, I don't know why the extra couple of bucks is tacked onto that shit, but it is. And the play boosters made the pre-release cartons, the pre-release kits that we get go up in price too. They're now around that 300 mark where they used to be around, I think, God, I want to say like a 240 mark, 230, between 230 and 260, somewhere around there. So yeah, that's just, like I said, that's just like prices on my end. Just to kind of give you guys a look on the inside there. Again, I'm not telling you what distro I'm using. I'm just using their price points. That like, and I've said this before in plenty of videos, that the markup for Magic at least is shit, especially with no MSRP and like everyone and their brother trying to go to shops, or I guess just compare shops to like TCG and TCG Low. If you follow the Facebook page, you probably noticed the little YouTube short I posted by RNG Games about him having an interaction with someone being like, well, I can find this on TCG Low for $2 less. And he had to tell dude, well, this isn't TCG Low, this is RNG Games. So, but also, fun fact about that shit, if you are that kind of person who does that, TCG Low, it includes damaged cards because your TCG Low is as low as blah, blah, blah. So that $10 card could be as low as $7, but there could also be a dick drawn on the card because it's damaged. So keep that in mind too the next time you're perusing any fucking LGS you go to and be like, well, I can find this for a couple dollars cheaper online. I'm sure you can, but what condition is it in? Will it show the fuck up? Are you going to be able to get a refund? Are you going to have to go through a huge fucking rigmarole to get your $10 back? What kind of shipping are you going to have to pay for it? So forth and so forth. Whew, sorry. And like I've said in other videos, if you come into a brick and mortar shop you might end up paying a little bit more, but it's a convenience tax or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because you're walking out with it right then and there. You get to see it, you can hold it, you can look at the condition, so forth and so forth. So if there's only a $2 or $3 difference, maybe even a $5 difference, I mean this in the best way possible, just shut the fuck up and buy the damn thing. Like, yeah, it's a little more expensive, but you walked into an actual shop. There are lights on. There's other products. There's people in here just chilling, hanging out. There's utilities. There's rent, so forth and so forth. Like, really, just shut the fuck up and pay the extra $2, $3, $4, $5. Now, anything over like a $5 mark, sure. That I mean, I can understand that one. Like, if you can find it online for $15 cheaper than what someone else is trying to sell it for in shop, okay, you might have a legitimate fucking claim there. Like, kudos. Either talk to the LGS and be like, hey man, this is $15 cheaper on, I don't know, eBay or whatever. See if they'll price match. Haggle with motherfuckers. If sometimes, like, that's one of our unique things. We will haggle with you. We aren't going to fuck ourselves on going lower than what we should, but, you know, we'll haggle with you. Be like, yeah, okay, that sounds reasonable. Shake, good job. So, yeah, just to reiterate, if you are that person with, oh, I can find it on TCG Player Low for, you know, $3 cheaper, remember, that's you. It includes, especially if you're doing singles, it includes damaged cards. So keep that in mind too when you pull up your little, shoot, this is low as, click on the fucking card, look and see what condition it says first. Then if it says like damaged or whatever, go to your filter, put in like lightly played or whatever, and boom, there's your actual price for the fucking card. But yeah, that's just a little, I don't want to call it a pet peeve, but it's just something that I think people are some, well, yeah, people, whatever the fuck, aren't really aware of when they're trying to be all, what's the word I should use? Yeah, hey, fuck it. Price sensitive about everything. You just, you gotta actually do more than just the initial scan of something and being like, look, see, it says this. It's like, yeah, but what condition? What other kind of ins and outs are there? Like, a lot of places just advertise like a grab your attention price, like, oh, this is $99 or whatever. But once you get in there, you know, make an account. If you don't have an account with them or whatever, so forth and so forth, you'll find out that maybe their shipping has increased from $9 to $15, or there's some other weird surcharges or some shit in there that's going to make that $99 bounce right back up to $120 when maybe your LGS had the box in the shop for, instead of 99, they had it for, you know, 110, 115. With taxes and everything, you'd still be paying roughly that 120 mark anyways, and you'd be walking out the door with it versus paying ultimately 120 from a shop somewhere in, I don't know, Idaho, and waiting the week and a half for it to show up, if it shows up. So something to keep in mind there. Something to keep in mind. I guess I'll move on to something else. We had a UniVersus and a Digimon launch this week. Went pretty well. The UniVersus had the, well, UniVersus was last week, I think. Anyways, whatever the fuck. There's too much shit for me to keep up with. UniVersus had a pretty good launch. Everyone's pretty excited about the Yu Yu Hakusho set, which is good because I don't even play the game and I got tired of seeing MHA shit. So, and I'm not an anime person either, so like I have no feelings towards MHA, but it just seemed a little odd. And I know they had a contract for X amount of sets or whatever, so like that makes sense. But honestly, I didn't really think MHA was that popular. So glad to see that they're migrating to other IPs, I suppose. So Yeah, and like again, like fighting games just aren't my shit. So like I have almost no interest in learning the game or playing the game. Like I just don't. Like that's why there's a few minions that are like die hard, like, oh yeah, this is a fucking great game. It's like, cool, awesome. That's your thing, because I was never really a fighting game person to begin with. So like I don't care, to be blunt. Just don't care. I'll carry it, I'll sell it, make a couple of bucks off of it or whatever, give you guys a chance to buy stuff, enjoy the game and all that good shit. But like personally, I just don't care. Um, which I think Digimon falls in the same vein. I'm 40, so by the time Digimon came around, I just didn't appeal to me at all. Same as Pokemon, I never got on the Pokemon train. It just seemed a little, at the time, childish, because I don't know, I want to say I was 14, between 13 and 15, I want to say, when Pokemon came out. And by that time, at least back in the day, you didn't really like, if you were a dude at least, you didn't really pay attention to little cartoonish anime stuff on the screen. You had other pressing matters to deal with, like touching boob or something. So, anyways, um, yeah, that's all I got for that one. It sounds like I'm bashing the games, but I'm not. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. Everyone has their thing. I carry them obviously because they do okay, and I've got a small dedicated group of people that love the game. So like, I'll cater to them, be like, hey, here's that. Yay, a train. So yeah, One Piece, however, that is a whole other can of worms. Same as Lorcana, actually. So we'll kind of lump Digimon and Lorcana into this one. I mean, not Digimon, Lorcana, my bad. One Piece and Lorcana. We'll lump One Piece and Lorcana into this thing here. I think I'm more or less done trying to do anything with those games as far as like structured, organized play goes, all that shit. At least Ravensburger fixed the like supply issue for Lorcana, so I can't say that's a thing. But like One Piece is fucking abysmal, man. Like this next upcoming set, I'm getting a whopping 6 fucking booster boxes. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I mean, yeah, sell them obviously, but that's gonna be gone day one, and then like with every other fucking release, I'm gonna have people coming, hey, you got any One Piece? No. And then you never see them again because you don't have what they're looking for. So I think I'm just done with it. Obviously, despite what I just said, I'm gonna carry it for as little bit as I can, and then when I sell out, I'm just fucking out. I might still host a One Piece thing for the 3 or 4 that I have that play One Piece, but as far as the game goes, dude, I think I'm done. I'm gonna get what I can, call it up, chalk it up to just whatever the fuck I can get out of it. I'm gonna get out of it and let that be that. Just because they have screwed everyone on this supply bullshit for so long that like I just don't want to fuck with it anymore. So yeah, I don't think I am. And honestly, I might just stop carrying it in general, just because of that being a thing. It hurts me more in the long run to only get 6 boxes of something and have 12 people come into the shop, or like 12 people come in the shop and 8 people call me or whatever and ask if I have it in stock, and I say no, and they fuck out the door and I never see them again. That shit costs me sales. And I hate to be that bare bones, like bottom line business guy, but like, it costs me sales. That's not good. Yeah, I'm going to be losing those sales anyways because I don't have the product, so either way, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. But if they know that I don't carry the product, they won't come in looking for it or calling. Well, calling would be a different story. But anyways, they won't come into the shop specifically looking for it, and me being like, nah, man, sorry, you wasted your time coming out here for it, I don't have it. And then maybe them being like, well, fuck Dex and Dice, they never have anything in stock. When they really mean, fuck Dex and Dice, they never have any One Piece in stock. Like, and then word travels, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, my poor shop is fucking defunct because we never have anything anyone wants, so people stop coming over and blah, blah, blah. You know how fucking bullshit travels. Little hyperbolic there, but again, you guys know what I mean. So, 50-50 on the dropping One Piece. Lorcana, I'm probably just going to keep because, like, I can generally get what I put in for, and, well, shit, I have never not gotten what I put in for. So I can get what I put in for, and I have stuff to sell, so I don't turn away that many people that come in looking for it. So I feel better about carrying Lorcana versus One Piece. I'll put it that way. Shit, we're on the 30-minute mark. My bad, guys. I didn't mean to ramble so much about this. I guess for one of the last things that I'll say is, like, and I mean this, and I say this a lot. Like, I mean this in the best way possible, and this is aimed more towards the, like, competitive players and all that good stuff. But, like, I don't think a lot of you actually realize what it takes to really do the competitive thing. I know some of you have an idea, like, oh, I just got to read up on stuff, watch videos, all that good stuff. Like, no, you have to eat, live, breathe, shit, sleep, insert game here in order to even, like, be close to being a professional to win those 5Ks, 10Ks, whatever the fuck K might be rolling around. So, like with any professional fucking sport, unless you're willing to dedicate, 10 hours a day to training for it, you're most likely not going to get anywhere doing it. Now, if you're pursuing it as a side hustle, like this is fun, I just kind of want to do stuff, whatever, however you want to see it, and, like, have no real aspirations of, like, winning, making a living off of doing the competitive scene, then by all means continue doing it. You are within, like, realistic expectations of what the fuck to expect. I just know that there's people out there that are want to do competitive shit, talking about doing competitive stuff, and, like, you guys do competitive stuff. I get it, and I don't want to, like, not say for you guys to do it, but if you're going to end up going for the competitive aspect of stuff, there's a 96% chance you're not going to make it. And you'll never know unless you try, but unless I revert back to a previous statement, unless you're going to devote 10 hours a day to basically living your game, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry, not sorry. Just because, you twat waffle won this 5K with this deck doesn't mean you can go out, buy the deck, and pilot it the way that that person did. Just because you have the cards doesn't mean you have the mindset, doesn't mean you have the skill to play the deck the way that that guy did. It's a thing, and I'm not even really trying to be a dick when I say that. I just would like for you guys to have, like, realistic expectations. And I know I sound like the dad that's telling his, 17-year-old football playing son to get his head out of his ass, you're never going to make it, blah, blah, blah. But that stereotype is there for a reason. You gotta try, I get it. By all means, if it's going to be your first time doing it, or maybe even your second or third, then, go for it. Like, you do you. But if you have been trying for years and this is like your 20th fucking, I don't know, we'll say your 20th like 5K or whatever, and you never even make it in the top 8 or even the top 4, next year's not going to be your year. Just stop. Like, love you by all means, just understand that you probably need to stop. You probably need to stop wasting, money on hotels and all that shit. Stop wasting PTO days on these shits, so forth and so forth. Just stop. Like, attend your local shit, something that's only going to take a day, maybe go somewhere where it's like a weekend event or something, but like, don't try to take it as serious as like, this is how I'm going to make my living one day. And I know it's a weird rant to go on, but I think I just need to kind of like throw that one out there. Because yeah, it might be fun to go to these places and all that good stuff, but there has to be some point where you have to be like, man, is it really worth putting my time and effort to just even get like an invite to this shit, then have to line everything up, and then, spend X amount of days there, X amount of hours there? Is it really fucking worth it? Or would that time be better spent, I don't know, pursuing some other hobby, picking up an extra shift somewhere, or even just enjoying your fucking life, lounging around on your couch, scratching your nuts while you're watching TV? At some point, if you haven't made any traction whatsoever, and I have to reiterate that, if you haven't made any traction whatsoever in your pursuit of this whole, like, pro player shit, then it's time to just hang the hat up and just enjoy some local store championships when you can, and maybe try to mentor someone else who is trying to do the same thing you did, and maybe they actually have that spark that you just didn't. And I know that sounds weird, but like, you could really help someone and maybe vicariously live out your dreams through them, or be like, hey, I helped that motherfucker, whatever. But anyways, I went on a rant there for no real apparent reason whatsoever, I guess. Just, I don't know, I kind of don't want, I kind of just don't want the people who are going to try to do the whole, like, serious, like, card playing shit to qualify for X, Y, and Z to, I guess, get butthurt that they don't make it, or they've never made it, or whatever. Like I said, it's kind of the same concept as the sports thing, but within like the card world. It's just, be careful, man. Like, really, just fucking be careful. Have realistic goals with that shit. If you've been chasing that goal for, 5, 6 years now, and you never even make top 8, or like I said, in the 4, at that point, that's when you need to be like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe this shit isn't really for me. Maybe I just need to stick to my local shit, stick to maybe teaching new players the like fundamentals or something at my local shop. Maybe I just need to like not take it as serious and put my effort into something else more productive. But yeah, okay, I've rambled for almost 40 fucking minutes here, and I apologize about that. But this is what the channel basically is you know, old man shakes fist at sky and screams is what this is essentially about. It's kind of therapeutic too, to be honest with you. I just get on here and fucking just let the squirrels go. So yeah, and I know the ones of you that watch this, you know, you 50-50 tune in and out. You put it in as background noise, which is fine. I get it. It's kind of cool to have little conversations about, oh, hey, you remember when you said that on the video? It's like, oh, fuck, you actually watched? Awesome. But yeah, so you guys have a good one. I'll see you around the shop. Hopefully, maybe I'll get some new subscribers to the channel. If you are new to the channel, fucking thanks. I greatly appreciate it. The channel is by no means professional. We don't really have any fucking clue what we're doing. We are literally just putting shit out here and hoping for the best. So, yeah, just be prepared for that. A real experience is more or less what you're going to get out of this channel. You know, we're not astroturfed. We don't ride on the coattails of anybody else. It literally is just word diarrhea, and maybe you like our word diarrhea. So yeah, if you do, like, subscribe, and share. And Cards After Dark should be making a comeback. We just had some issues with Nubby being all sick and shit, and then some schedules and people not showing up like life happens. But we should be having some more of those soon, hopefully. But yeah, on that one, I think that's all I got. You guys have a good one.